What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be mounting another bird. Today it's going to be a bluebill. Happened to be one of the last birds that I got of this last season. There wasn't really anything special about it besides it really had no shot damage. Somehow it only had 1 or 2 BBs that hit right in the eye. Legs are intact, wings are intact. Thankfully no broken feathers as of right now. Thinking about just doing kind of like a plain Jane standing mount, kind of like I did with that last buffle head. As you can see, the tape's still on it, kind of keeping it drying. So to work on kind of like preening all these in here. As you can see, my wings came out of the wing pockets. Overall, pretty happy with the head. Still need some what do you call it? Not bleaching, but need to get the stain out of the head patches a little bit. And then yeah, just work on preening these. These were the first legs that I did with that master blend injection stuff. Overall, pretty happy with it. I did kind of find it to be a little bit messy, but like I said, that was the first time I was messing with it, so more kind of like user error. I do kind of like the flesh tone, but as you can kind of see, it is kind of like chalky, and I need to go back in and actually like paint it like the that buffle head, pinkish, orangish, like they are. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do the bluebill, scalp, whatever you want to call it. Just like this one, probably with the foot cocked up again. I did, real quickly yesterday already, what am I trying to say? I skinned it, I did majority of the fleshing, and I took all the meat and everything off the bones. I flipped it, took the head off, got majority of the fat and the glands and everything else out of there. So I put it through a couple washes. It was already pretty late by the time I remembered to pull it out, so I left it just soaking in some like Dawn solution overnight. That way it kind of just helps degrease it. Kind of like less work for me because it seems like the washing and the drying takes absolutely forever. So thanks for watching, and let's get into it. So as you can kind of see, I put quite a bit of Dawn dish soap in here just to get it pretty concentrated. This is the same solution that I left overnight. So as you can kind of see, it has like that kind of like cloudy, greenish, almost like tint to it, like up in here. That's like majority of the grease and everything coming out because the fat and everything is pretty greasy. Still need a lot to do on the inside of there. And there's a lot of kind of like blood clots and everything's in the feathers. So I basically just continue rinsing, continue working it. You can see, once again, my little helper. So yeah, I'm just gonna continue rinsing until I figure that it's good enough, and then we'll start the drying process. Alright, so as the skin is in for its, I don't know, 4th or 5th soak, I decided to get a jump on making the neck and the head. I just kind of rough painted it yesterday. I got the eyes. These are actually supposed to be redhead eyes. I think they're like 9mm. I messed up my order, and when I went to order them, they're supposed to be the 8mm, but I don't think the 1mm is going to make too much of a difference. This is the first time I've putting this clay in here. I know from a lot of videos I watch, they use like epoxy Scaup. Another guy I watch just uses some kind of like oil-based clay. I just happen to have this like Amazon plumber's putty that I got a while back for a project at home. So it doesn't really dry out, which apparently that's not what you want anyways. So we'll see. I think a lot of my problem lately is I've been sinking the eyes in too much. So especially like on that buffle head, the eyes are kind of like hard to find. Once the skin kind of dries, the eyes kind of get sunken in. So I'm going to try this kind of clay approach right now. It looks a little bug-eyed. I'm just thankful that it's even at the moment, because a lot of times in the past they are cross-eyed, uneven, wandering eye. So thankfully these kind of placed pretty decently. I'm hoping that I didn't build it up too much, but I guess we can only find out once the skin is there. As you can see, I just take a tape measure. I measure out the neck from kind of like the base of the skull to where it attaches, and then that's going to be my measurement for this. This is just like backer rod. I think I got it like Home Depot. I use this thicker stuff. What is this, 5/8 for kind of like puddle ducks. I'm ordering some 3/4 inch for my gadwall, or not gadwall, I guess gadwall would work too. but my widgeon that I'm doing soon, and I think I'm gonna try doing it with my pintail also. And then this little backer rod, I think it's 3/8 I use as my trachea, just so I don't have to do any like trimming, cutting, or anything like that, because I'm horrible at that. So as it kind of mimics that, this little backer rod is just gonna lay right in there. That I'll probably just super glue or like tie in with some thread. So now that that's done, got my eyes in, my bill's ready to go. I just drilled kind of like a little slat in the back, and I bent that over with a little loop, kind of roughed it up on the inside as well. I'm gonna shoot some hot glue up in there, and then that will just be my junction, and it'll just sit right in there and won't go anywhere. I kind of flared out the neck right there. That way it can kind of branch off, and it actually ends up being kind of a pretty smooth junction with the top and the bottom of this neck, and it'll give it something extra for my little trachea here to kind of stick to. So we'll see, finish washing the skin, get it dried off, and then we'll get to clean it up. I forgot to mention too, for my neck, I'm using 16 gauge wire. In the past, I've used 18, which works perfectly fine, but sometimes on the bigger ducks with the longer necks or the bigger heads, it won't, like, you'll get some drift over time as it's drying. So I'm trying out the 16. It is definitely stiffer. I figure adding the clay to the head is going to make it a little bit heavier. So I wanted something that once I like mold it in place, it's definitely going to stay there. And it's definitely like heavier duty. Just be careful, because I did sharpen one end to put it through there, and I jammed it right into my thumb. So yeah, be careful when you do that. All right, finally got the skin rinsed off after the, I don't know, 15th, 12th, 20th wash. Rinsed out, no more soap, no more grime or anything in my little bucket there. I use the beach towel to try to just wring out, press out any residual remaining fluid, water that's in there. That'll just cut down the drying process pretty significantly. And you can kind of be a little rough with it, press down. You can feel it start soaking through the towel. So like I said, this is time that you're saving from the drying. I used to use a hair dryer, so now I use this pet vacuum. As you can see, someone doesn't like it. So yeah, that definitely puts out a lot more air and a lot more volume than just what a regular traditional hair dryer does. So I'm not going to record the whole thing because it gets pretty boring. It's probably going to take close to maybe 45 minutes to an hour. But I'll try to throw in little clips here and there, just so you can see it go from such a flat little skin to a puffed up ball of feathers. So yeah, stay tuned. See you in a bit. All right, finally finished blowing it out. Now just kind of try to preen it, make sure all the feathers kind of lay back. I don't know if you can see. Oh, it went back. So yeah, it's dry now, nice and fluffy. Let's try to look it over. There's a couple more holes than what I realized. One was in the top of the head. I think there's one in the wing. Nothing too big that I'm gonna have to end up stitching or anything. I noticed the tail was a lot more beat up than what I thought it was. So I don't know if it ended up just getting freezer burnt, because I didn't really know any for sure plans of what I was gonna do with this bird. So I don't know if it got freezer burnt, if it was like that when I shot it. Maybe I even shot it off. I don't really know. But yeah, that's about it. Now I'm just gonna borax it, get all the rest of this fat and everything out. I kind of held the blow dryer inside of it to help dry the skin out a little bit, but you can still see there's still some pretty big chunks of fat and sinew
that I'll be able to get out. The borax really helps pull and draw the oils out, as well as will help me be able to like scratch and break up all this extra fat from those quills that are in there. So yeah, let's knock it out. Okay, I kind of got carried away and realized I did a lot of stuff without recording, but got it boraxed, pulled a lot of the fat out. Basically, I just kind of rubbed it down until the borax came out clean. I wired this leg because it's going to be kind of like in a little cocked position. This is going to be my support wire. It's like a 14 gauge, I think. It's going to be through the wood. This time, I decided to kind of experiment. I did not put any wire in the wings because in that buffalo head, the one wing that I did wire made like a real big arch. So I'm hoping all this kind of lays flat. My neck is through. As you can see, my little junction point is kind of sticking out. Somewhere in there right there. Got my hot glue warming up. Put my head on. I got my little sewing deal and I'm about to sew it up. I put a paper towel down to kind of help it breathe, just with all the humidity and everything, if all the extra fat and everything that wants to be kind of like soaked up. So yeah, we're going to get it sewed up. We're going to find a piece of wood just to kind of support it. Man, that tail is awful. Just to get it off the borax, kind of clean it up a little bit, and then I'll get the head on. So we'll post the next update here soon. Alrighty guys, that is going to be the finished product. As you can see, I got it all wrapped up. That way it's just going to dry like that. I'm going to come back in later once it dries a little bit and bring these feathers, get it kind of like meshed a little bit better, as well as the tail, that horrible tail. I do kind of like the eyes. I need to press the skin down just a little bit more. That way it'll kind of look more like eyelidy, not so like bugged out. But yeah, overall happy with how it came out. I had quite a lot of the caulking kind of shoot out of that eyelid right there, so had to do a pretty long, strenuous cleanup job. But other than that, I'll probably end up hitting the feet with Master's Blend again. But as you can see, it's a little 360. Still a little wonky, but it just looks so choppy because of the threads on it. So it'll be dried in front of a fan for probably another, I don't know, 2-3 weeks for sure. Maybe even 4. And then we'll be on the wall or on a driftwood somewhere. Thanks again for watching. Tune into the next one, and we'll catch you on the next video.